Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Pisces for the month of July 2023. So, before we begin, I'd like to welcome all of the fellow Pisceans and as well anyone who is new to our Angelic Wisdom community. Just a few reminders. First, remember to subscribe, select the all notification bell, like, dislike, and leave comments. If you'd like to get an angel reading with me, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services. And you can also, if you'd like to donate or support my channel with a donation, you could select the PayPal me link for the Angel School. You can find that in the description area as well. And also, if you haven't seen the monthly general reading for July, please check that out. That'll be the first link below. All right, so the cards in front of us, the format is that the card in the middle will represent the Archangel that will be working with us, Pisces, for the month of July. And then the cards on either side are a message from your guardian angel. And the card on the left highlights the Major Arcana, and which represents what is sort of unconscious to you, and in terms of what's sort of moving behind the scenes or happening behind the scenes, is shaping the big themes or lessons or influences, energies for the month. And the card on the right is from the Minor Arcana, and this highlights how this is all unfolded in your day-to-day awareness in a conscious way, and how you might be able to work with that. So let's go ahead now, Pisces, and take a deep breath. And it's time for you to go ahead and call in your tree spirit, ancient wise tree. It might come to you, a tree that you know in a particular location or in your yard, or it just might be completely new to you. And just breathe in the frequency of that tree as you are touching it, and maybe see yourself sitting, resting with your back up against the tree. And with your entire body, just listen. There's a few things I've seen. One, the word end. So this highlights some kind of conclusion for you, so that you're potentially at the end of a cycle or some pattern that has been holding you back. You're going to be able to release it. There was sort of like a hole in the trunk of the tree, and a person, it looked like a merman, sitting with half the body, inside the tree, and could just slide down into the hole, into a whole earth world that's hidden and to our sight and awareness. And so this gives me a sense of things, sort of revelations and things opening up for you. And especially in your psychic abilities or intuition, that you might be going deeper and anchoring more of your spiritual abilities into your life. For some of you, this might be a lifestyle change. For some of you, this might be the end. Maybe your intuition is sort of just really spiking and start to take off. Maybe these were things that you didn't pay attention to before. And so that is coming to an end. And this transformation where your whole life is lit up with these new insights, psychic insights, into understanding about the universe and the way that the physical world and the universe intersect or overlap. They're writing the word temptations. They're temptations that might come up to distract you from this manifestation period where your higher self and these gifts of the soul play an important role in sort of unveiling the truth. So I was just seeing the word God and that energy coming through. And just take a moment to be present. Open up your heart to God or Source, or whatever path to God you feel connected with. God, Goddess. And as you do this, you feel the energy from Source coming down through your chakras, above your crown of your head, and anchoring a column of light right through you and deep into the earth's core. And I'm just seeing these changing faces, people actually, not just the faces, but people, one by one, just sort of appearing in front of me. And they come from not just all walks of life, but from different times, maybe even places as well within the universe. So there's definitely a sense of a line of communication opening up for you. And for some of you, it might be, your star family. So like the Palladian energy coming, sensing coming through. Or the angels, Archangel Michael, for example. Or people that you know, have been thinking about, and that you connect with. So all these different signs, the ways of the universe is going to be just opening up to you a little bit more. And for some of you, it's going to be, as I write in the word, experiences. A shift in the experiences that you've had. This takes place where just all of a sudden you start to have a whole new platter of experiences. They're showing me a mailbox, which means that some of you are going to start to get messages from your angels and your guides. And they write the angel number 7, which means that you're on the right path. says you're on the right path and the outcome will exceed your expectations. The number 7 is a sign that divine magic is supporting you and opening doors of opportunity. All right, so let's see what archangel we're working with in this month, Pisces. And it's Archangel Radleigh. And Archangel Radleigh means the friendship of God. He's the archangel of fair outcomes. So if there's situations in your life that you feel that there's things are out of balance, that they're leaning in one direction or the other, and you just want things to be fair for all, that should always be your prayer. Then Archangel Radleigh can really step in and help you to take actions that create that fairness for all, so that everyone feels as though they've won something, that they've received something, they've gotten something out of it. So this means that also that there may be conflicts resolving in terms of relationships or with groups of people. So anyone that you've had or people that you think about that just causes the hair on your neck to stand up, this is an opportunity for you to work with Archangel Radleigh and for him to infuse you with a compassionate understanding of what you're truly seeking, what your purpose is in this situation, what your role to carry out, but what you really desire, the one that your ego has no clue about, but spends a lot of time trying to block it. Okay, so here we have the Magician card. And there's that word magic coming up again, right? So it's this sense that you can do anything. That when you know where you are, when you're being true to yourself, let's put it that way. That's what it means, being in your element. When you're being authentic, you're in your element. When you know who you are, meaning what's excellent about you. You know what your weaknesses are, and you also know the potential, meaning you're aware of your potential. All of this coming together makes you incredibly powerful, despite doubts and fears and weaknesses. Because if you act upon your strengths, your knowing, and trust that as you move along that path, that you are going to be prepared, strengthened in ways where your weaknesses will become part of your strengths, then you'll know with each step forward that you'll become confident. You won't know it, but you will become confident in all of those areas of yourself. So be clear about what you're passionate about, be clear about what your strengths are, and be aware of what's in your best and highest good. Ask that you receive each day what you're ready for. And that's another way of saying what's fair for you. And the universe will start orchestrating things that way. Because right now, when we get bent out of shape, and they keep writing the word excessive, when we do things sort of excessively, that's a sign that you don't know. And in some cases, you're afraid to know. And then you start getting haphazardly sort of a lot of different things happening, thrown at you. And even though the universe is giving you what you are aligned with, it could be even fairer if you are being fair towards yourself by focusing on your strengths. You can't go apply for a new job or go into a new field. It's unfair for you to expect that you're going to be perfect, or you need to be perfect before you can do it. It's unfair for you to focus on your weaknesses, because all of that, if you look at that alone, you're never going to see how qualified you are. But if you know your strengths, but you also understand your potential, and the potential is something you're going to move towards as you go on that journey, then it all seems fair. And then you absorb what you need. All right, let's take a look at, okay, so the day-to-day wear. This is about opportunities. Right now, you need to be focused on the opportunity. Not how you measure up with it, but the opportunity that's being placed. If it's there in front of you to see it, then it's possible for you to achieve it. The universe would not put the impossible in front of you unless you called it there. Out of some continuous, mantra of, I'm not worthy. That's too hard. Everything is too much for me. That kind of thinking. Then that's the only way something like that could happen, because you've been focusing on it and calling it to be. But this is an opportunity for you, Pisces. Big opportunities, new opportunities. And it's about you align with the ones that are fair for you if you start really acknowledging your strengths. When you look at that thing that's new and unfamiliar, think of it as like making starting off a relationship, an acquaintance. You would not introduce yourself as, hi, I'm so unqualified for you. I'm so unworthy of you. You wouldn't walk up to this person that you were attracted to and say, I'm not your type. You would introduce yourself with the attributes that you feel that you see in this person that resonate with you and that you have in common. And you would start there and let the potential of that grow. And so it is with whatever opportunities you've been wanting for yourself, or the ones that are showing up in front of you. It's the same concept. You can only move towards it if you know your strengths. Know your weaknesses, but do not focus on them as you move forward. And be aware of your potential. See yourself. Be open to how you can grow, evolve into this without doubting, because you reflect on weaknesses and want to keep plugging them in. Stop plugging your weaknesses. You plug your strengths. You're honest about your weaknesses, but you plug your strength. If you're asked about your weakness, you're honest about it, but you're confident in your strengths and your potential to grow. That, if you can see that, others can see it. If you can see that, the universe can give it to you. It can see it and it can give it to you. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful month of July.